Hello, everyone. I'm Karen Johnson, the U.S. Census Bureau Administrator for the Federal Statistical Research Data Center at Texas A&M University, or the TXRDC. Over the next few minutes, I'll describe what FSRDCs are, what they offer, and the characteristics of the Texas RDC Consortium. After watching this video, if you'd like a little bit more information about the RDC, about starting a project, or even joining the consortium, please be in touch with me. So the first thing that you may ask is, of course, what is an FSRDC, or a Federal Statistical Research Data Center? RDCs are essentially research facilities. They are hosted by institutions such as universities or Federal Reserve banks. In essence, the Texas RDC is a U.S. Census Bureau outpost hosted at Texas A&M University. So what do RDCs offer to you? The RDC is a secure computing lab linked to the U.S. Census Bureau's internal computing network in Washington, D.C., which hosts restricted access datasets from federal statistical agencies through joint statistical partnerships. This includes Bureau of Economic Analysis, BEA, the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, AHRQ, among others. The RDC network is managed by the Center for Enterprise Dissemination, CED, at Census headquarters. And of course, local RDCs are managed by on-site Census Bureau employees. And what that is the RDC administrator, that's me. I support researchers at every single stage of your research in the RDC. Next, I want to discuss why we need RDCs. We need RDCs because federal laws and regulations such as Census Title 13 and IRS Title 26 in the U.S. Code and the Confidential Information Protection and Statistical Efficiency Act protect the confidentiality of data in the federal statistical system. For example, it is illegal to disclose confidential federal data. Federal employees and contractors can access restricted data, but only under strict guidelines. Many federal agencies allow researchers to use restricted data sets on sites such as the BLS, NCES, and the NIJ. However, this imposes hardships and costs on researchers because they have to travel to those sites, and it also prevents linking data sets. What that means is that more agencies are choosing to have the census host their restricted data sets within the RDC network. And what the RDCs then extend to you is the possibility to access restricted data to you as a researcher, and you are able to do this by being granted Special Sworn Status, or SSS. SSS is conferred under a formal mandatory review process, which requires you filling out 10 forms, providing a photo and fingerprints, and doing a background interview check. Via SSS, you as a researcher becomes an unpaid federal employee whose efforts benefits the federal statistical system. And essentially, the National RDC Network is an important resource for enabling researchers to conduct research that analyzes restricted statistical data to benefit society. So the next thing I want to show you is this map. This shows the RDC network as of 2019, and you can notice there in the center the Texas RDC, which we started in 2011. As of 2020, there are over 30 RDCs, with several scheduled to open in the coming years. And just taking a glance over this, if you imagine where you will be in the next 5 to 10 years, it's likely that you could continue to use an RDC or work with a researcher at another RDC in a different area. Now, within our Texas consortium, our consortium consists of member universities such as Baylor, the University of Texas at Austin, Rice, the University of Houston, as well as the University of Texas San Antonio. The Texas RDC, which is a shared resource among the consortium, it has a general research infrastructure, something similar to research libraries and labs. It also is able to provide long-term stability needed for proposing and conducting long-term RDC projects. And of course, it maximizes researcher access to valuable resources such as restricted data. Of course, we welcome all other institutions and researchers. And so what I will end with is, if you have an idea for an RDC project, please contact us today. You can email me, or you can get in touch with Mary Campbell, the Texas RDC director. You can also find more information about the Texas RDC on our website, as well as the Census FSRDC on the census's webpage. So with that, we look forward to hearing from you soon.